Hello friends, welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a little spring glow up moment, if you will, because I am feeling just a little bit crusty. I just took off my very first set of press-on nails and I'm feeling so naked without them. They stayed on for over a week and they honestly were not easy to remove. One did break off and then I was like hammering some stuff into the wall and cracked another one, so I was like, I just kind of want to redo this set anyways, but it was seriously not very easy to take them off. So I'm gonna like let my nails breathe for a day. I will be redoing those with you guys, but it'll be tomorrow, aka just after this clip, because what I'm doing right now is refreshing my red. It's probably not easy to tell in this lighting, but my red is very faded. I have been using so many different reds since I went red. The first ones that I started with were I believe they're by L'Oreal, but the like high lift color. I did those to, try to get my hair lighter and brighter without having to bleach it. And it got me to a good base to where I was like, okay, I don't want to keep putting permanent color on. So the only thing I do the permanent color on anymore is just my roots, which I actually am using the Inspired by Nature ammonia free, I don't know, it's all from Sally's though, but I use that in like the 4-1R, I believe. It's like the deep cherry red. And yeah, I just only do that on my roots. I am trying to remember when the last time I did my roots was. I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago now. And I don't feel like I have like a strong grow outline or anything, so I'm just gonna refresh everything else where I don't like to keep packing on the permanent color. And the last thing that I used was actually the Manic Panic's Vampire Red, and I really liked it. And the only thing is that it really did bleed like a lot, but I also at the same time felt like it lasted longer, which doesn't make sense, but I just felt like it stayed vibrant for longer. I really don't have much of this left actually, probably really not enough to do a whole head, but I'm gonna try my best. That's not looking promising at all. Oh god, it's fine. I'm gonna use my brush to really scrape as much of this out as I can, but actually I'm not planning on staying red for too much longer, just because I mean, I really love it, but honestly, all the maintenance is a lot. Like, and I knew that going into it because I have had my hair red quite a few times before. But I just like love how it looks when I first initially dye it. And when I first dye it, I will literally not wash my hair for a whole week just because I don't want it to fade. Even with doing that, I still feel like it fades so quickly. My first couple of washes, because of how much it bleeds, I have to actually wash it in my kitchen sink because it's stainless steel, so it won't stain that. Whereas in my bathtub, it will stain really badly. So can't be having that. I just scraped that as clean as I possibly could, but I don't know, it really is a lot to keep up with, and I'm kind of tired of it. So I think I'm actually gonna be dyeing my hair back to black. I don't know, I might do like a super dark brown. We'll see how I'm feeling when the time comes, but I don't know, I've just been like really missing my black hair lately. I don't want to deal with dyeing it in the summertime with how much I swim and then like outside and stuff, so I just feel like going back to black, or at least like a really dark brown, would be super easy to maintain, and I just like won't have to think about it as much other than just doing my roots. Which, it's funny, I went away from the black because I was so sick of doing my roots, and then I ended up going for such a more high maintenance color that I have to touch up all over literally every like 3 weeks. Like, what the heck? But also, like, I mean, if you know, you know, with, oh, I don't have a clip. Hold on. I don't know. Especially looking back at like some older photos of me, I'm like, why? I miss it so much. But I don't regret doing the red at all. It has been so much fun. And I honestly am more so scared that the second I dye my hair back, I'm gonna regret it and really miss it being red, which, of course, it would not be easy to come back to this. I just also too though feel like my hair has, obviously really gone through it with going to red. It was quite the process, and I don't know, I just feel like even when I trim my hair, I just still have split ends, which is really frustrating. I actually really need to buy new hair scissors, so that could be part of that problem, but I don't know, y'all. It just doesn't feel as healthy as it once was. Like, whenever I was dyeing it black consistently for a full year, actually, it just felt so healthy. And I think I've talked about this before, but I feel like my hair has actually been falling out, and I don't know fully what the cause of it is, just because it could be so many different things. I have a suspicion, though, because I've talked to quite a few of my clients about this who live in kind of the same area that I do, that like we just feel like the water here is, I don't want to say it's hard water, especially because in St. Louis we're supposedly supposed to have some of the best water because of our breweries here, but I personally just feel like the water is not great on my hair. So I don't know. I've thought about getting a filtered shower head, but like I don't know, are those a placebo? If you've ever tried one and you feel like it actually makes a difference, let me know, because I am very curious about it. I just don't want to waste my money because they are expensive. But anyways, yeah, I think I will definitely be returning to my dark hair soon. And I am also going to be in a friend's wedding in April, like at the end of April, and so especially my dress is pink, so like I just don't want it to be too much with like the red hair and the pink dress. I also already feel like I stand out from everybody else quite a lot just because, you know, I'm more alternative. I bleach my eyebrows, I have lots of tattoos, so I really don't want to make myself stand out even more with having red hair. Not that it's super bright or anything, but I don't know. I've just been like really nervous about that. And even when I went red with my hair, the plan always was before the wedding to go back to black. I'm also, by the way, going to definitely be filling my eyebrows in for her wedding, which I don't love doing because I don't love my eyebrows, but it's not a big deal. It's actually really easy. I've been meaning to make a TikTok showing just how freaking easy it is, because all you need is literally one product, and it's one of those brow gels that has like the little colored fibers in them. At least that's all I need personally, because those little fibers stick to my eyebrow hairs and fill them in. Love that it's that easy. I don't have to commit to like dyeing them, because if you guys remember, I did dye my eyebrows back over the holidays because of how much family I was seeing, and first of all, it was not easy to lighten them again after putting color on them. But then I also, my dumb ass, whenever I was rinsing the red out one of the times, and I was doing it in my kitchen sink because I was like bent over, all of the water from rinsing my hair out ran down my face and literally it dyed my eyebrows neon pink. So that was fun. Hee I'm just rambling. I'm also doing like really not the best job at coloring my hair right now because I'm trying to make this color go as far as I can. But honestly, y'all, something else that really has been bugging me about my red hair that has just made me like really over it is that I had like some dark banding up near the top that I was just like, it never lightened enough. And I can match, like, I could do my roots, you know, whenever I refresh those, it kind of blends into that. And then, especially when I have my color refreshed on the ends, and it can, like, melt into the fresh roots, basically what I'm doing right now. I feel like it's a lot less noticeable, but, like, as my hair starts to fade, I feel like it just fades so unevenly, and you can really see that banding, so don't love that. Don't know that like anybody else would even really notice that, especially not as much as I do, but like I just see it in like photos and stuff because it's kind of more in the back of my head and I'm like, rah! I'm just really trying to get my hair long and healthy. I've been really inspired by, I can't remember her full username, but her name is Kaylee. She's also who inspired me to start doing my own nails, and that's why I did my first set of press-ons. And it took me a minute to get used to, like, sensory-wise, but I actually really liked it. Like, once I got more used to them, I was like, oh my gosh, I get it. Like, I totally understand why girls like having their nails done. So, shout out to her for inspiring me to do that, and I'm gonna start trying to really take better care of my hair as well. Hopefully, you know, going back to a dark color and just like leaving it alone a little bit more will help. I just want my hair to be like down to my waist. I also like, I really wanted to do the like more alternative straight across blunt baby bangs, and I was really itching to do like super micro, because sometimes like I just see, you know, the prettiest alt girls ever online, and I'm like, oh, I want to look cool like that. And I don't know, so I had cut my bangs, you know, pretty short. They were at such a good length. They were in the most perfect shape ever. And yeah, I chopped them into baby bangs, and I'm not gonna say that I regret it, because I don't. I actually, like, when I first cut them, I was like, yes, so happy. But it's like the second that they start growing, I feel ugly. So I'm kind of letting my bangs grow out, hopefully getting them back to where they were right before I cut them. I don't want to hear a single "I told you so." I only had one person actually tell me, don't cut them, and I was like, sorry, too late. I never regret having my bangs like super short. It's really just, again, the grow out stage of them where they're in between being like the super short micro bangs to being like right now my bangs are like baby bangs. And it's honestly, you know what, it's not even the length that drives me very crazy. It's truly more of the shape of them. They just feel so heavy. I really need to actually go in and kind of thin them out a bit. I don't know. I really don't want to cut any length off them because I'm trying to let them grow, but I'm thinking, especially if I go at them with like a razor, maybe the grow out will be a little bit better. At least I can only hope. So I am officially out of dye, which is wonderful. We're just gonna have to live with this. It's fine. I really thought that I had more. I can't believe I used almost a full like tube or like jar of this the last time that I did just my ends. I can't believe I've only been filming for 18 minutes and my hair is not as saturated as I would like it to be. I'm hoping like when I rinse this though that it kind of, you know, goes into everything else a little bit. Anyways, I set up my iPad just to chit chat with you guys the whole time. I thought that was gonna take me so much longer. It really makes a difference when I don't have to like do my roots and then go back there and do the rest. So thanks for listening to me ramble. Next thing you'll see me doing is likely my nails. I'll probably throw in some other, you know, self-care things into this video as well, so stick around. This is only the beginning, but we started off strong with the hair, so I'll see you tomorrow and we'll do my nails. It is the next morning. We got the noisy dishwasher going in the back. What else is new? But I'm about to start doing my nails and I wanted to show you guys everything that I use. Mind you, this is literally only my second time ever doing press-ons on myself. I got these nail tips from Amazon. I'll have everything linked below for you guys because this was super cheap. I think for this whole set of nail tips was like maybe $4. And it has 240 pieces in it. I did not even reshape these literally at all. I just stuck them right on my nails and painted them, and that's it. And I think they looked really good. I heard that if you keep your nail glue in the fridge, it'll like dry out less quickly. I don't know if that's true or not, but I use the Kiss Powerflex Max Speed nail glue. And I think this, along with the nail prep, is what really kept these nails on for so long. So, highly recommend that nail glue because it's so cheap. And I don't use like gel nail polish yet. Although, I don't even know how much I necessarily need to because, y'all, I swear, those nails did not chip or anything, which I was really impressed with. I just have a whole arrangement of all different nail polishes. I don't know fully what color I'm going to do today. I honestly kind of want to go with like a really light pink, like nude. I don't know why, I'm just like really feeling that. I'm debating between doing my favorite deep red, which is just this really cheap, I think this was like $1 on Amazon, the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails in the shade Garnet Attention. Such a good deep red. So I'm debating between that and, like I said, kind of like a nudie pink type of color. We'll just see how I'm feeling once I have the nails on. But for nail prep, I did this yesterday actually, right after I took my old nails off, so I don't think I'm gonna bother, well, I don't need to bother with it today. This is a very, very old cuticle remover that I got back in beauty school, because if you didn't know, cosmetology covers everything, which is what I'm like licensed in. It's not only hair. I learned nails, waxing, facials, like all of it. So like I do know how to properly do, you know, manicures and stuff. I did kind of refresh my memory a little bit because I've never been a nails girly literally ever. So I was watching a whole bunch of tutorial videos, but anyways, this cuticle remover is very old and I want to get the Sally Hansen one, but I'm just like using the rest of this for now. It works fine. I don't know. But definitely important to take care of your cuticles just so that you can prevent the nails from like lifting up at all. After I do that, I do a little bit of cuticle oil just to kind of, you know, moisturize things up a bit. I feel like my dishwasher is so loud, I'm so sorry. And then whenever you go to actually put the nails on, I feel like what's so important is to buff out your nail bed and then also like the back of the nail. I actually didn't do that last time. I only did my nail bed, and again, I feel like it stuck on really, really well. So you don't want to do this too much to where you're like damaging your nail, but you just want to rough it up enough that it is a grippier surface for the nail to stick onto. And then what I think is probably the most important is right before you go to glue it on, use an alcohol swab. I have a whole bunch of these. They're very, very handy for like a number of different things, but you want to remove any oil, any product, literally any dust, like literally remove anything you can off your nails. And this also kind of works as like a dehydrator. So I do this on my nails right before I stick them on. I'm gonna go ahead and start applying these. You also want to make sure that you don't have any sort of like water things to do right after you do your nails. You want to let your glue dry and really set on there for like at least a good hour. So just make sure you don't have like dishes to do, a shower to take, or anything like that. Hi friends, it is another day. It is Thursday. We're supposed to be going to Southern Illinois tomorrow evening, but I'm not so sure that that's gonna happen anymore because we had to get our car into the shop and we have a pretty serious problem. So I'm actually taking it this afternoon, so I won't know until later today when it will be fixed. So that is incredibly unfortunate. I wanted to trim up my bangs a little bit, and I figured I would do that with you guys because I always end up doing it on TikTok, and I think that the YouTube fam deserves to also get to see how I do my hair. Not that you've never seen me cut my bangs before, but you know, it's been a minute, so I always cut them a little bit differently every time. I might also end up cutting my ends. We'll see though, because I don't want to end up regretting that, but I do also feel like I need just a little trim, so we'll see how crazy I feel. But really with my bangs, they're not even bothering me all that much. I just feel like they need a little bit of debulking, and the last time that I cut them with a razor, I like really liked that, so I'm gonna be doing a razor again. Also get them back into like this sort of shape. It just works better with like my natural texture, honestly. Basically, I take a little triangle in the middle, and you want that to be just a little bit shorter than everything else. This is the type of razor that I have. It's not my favorite, and I really need to change the razor blade in it, but You see, I know the lighting is not great today. It's very cloudy out, so I apologize. But yeah, you just want to pull it really, really tight and just kind of go at it. I don't even know how to explain it. Now, I really didn't want to make my bangs much shorter, but here we are. It's also like just a little bit difficult to do this with nails, which, by the way, this set I feel like is not holding on quite as well as my last one, and I don't really know why, because I did everything pretty much the same. Maybe my nails just weren't prepped quite as good because I had like just had nails on. Like, I feel like I should have given my nails a little bit more of a break, but what can you do? I've just glued them back on if they pop off. Okay, so now with the like side sections, the way I connect that to the middle, as you can see, is I like over direct it over to the other side. And can you see kind of like that long corner? That's what I'm going to be trying to slice off. What is going on? I'm just gonna like part them down the middle. There we go. That is much better. I was like, maybe, you know, I actually usually cut my bangs with scissors first and then just kind of like soften the ends with the razor. I probably should have done that, but I was like not really wanting to cut a lot off, so I was like, oh, I'll just go straight in with the razor. Lesson learned. Don't do that. See, now this side of my bangs always has a harder time going into that shape. I don't really know why. Like, this side will just flip right over, no problem. I always feel like this side is maybe a little bit heavier, if anything. Okay, now I'm gonna start to layer them up a little bit. This I did not do at all the last time that I cut my bangs, and I did them super blunt. This helps not only with the weight of them, but it also helps them to kind of like bevel under a little bit. Every time I do anything, I always over direct the sides like into the middle. Hopefully you can see that okay. And I don't want to take like too much off the longest part. It's really mostly like in the middle of that section that I'm layering, if that makes sense. Just because the longest part on the top is what hangs over everything. So I don't want that to like get layered so short that it's like laying shorter than everything else, if that makes sense. Like, that would be a very, very shaggy bang, and that's not quite what I'm going for. I just don't want them to be too blunt. And now I'm also, to thin them out a little bit, gonna go in with my thinning shears. I'm going to section off the very top of my bangs, just because I don't want a whole bunch of short pieces within that. I'm going to kind of slide cut down with my thinning shears. All of this really encourages the shape of the bang. Okay, I'm gonna let that top layer down. Oh yeah, that is looking good. Much lighter on the bangs now. They're definitely short again, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Okay, now I'm gonna let down everything else and just make sure that it doesn't have any weird long pieces on the sides here. I do have those, but honestly, I don't think that I want to connect those in like I have been, because I don't want those pieces to get too short. Like, I'd rather just kind of let my bangs grow out and catch up with them a little bit. Because I'm trying to get my bangs more like where the corners are hitting like the corner of my eye, which is right where those side pieces are hitting. Even though they're a lot shorter, they do obviously, as you can see, still part. I'm gonna part my hair straight down the middle, all the way on the back of my head. Also went ahead and turned the light on. I didn't really want to do that because it's very like backlit, but basically what I've been doing is actually gathering my hair with a rubber band in the middle. This is so like amateur. It's giving haircut fails on YouTube. Damn, is one side of my hair shorter than the other, like for real? Let's do it. I'm not cutting much off at all. Not that you can see that, but cutting maybe an inch off max. I've been doing like that middle ponytail thing just to kind of try and eliminate having a point in the back. I do feel like that helps a little bit, and also so that I know that both sides are going to be even with each other. I can't even tell the difference. It doesn't help that I'm wearing a black shirt and my hair is pretty dark. Yeah, I literally can't see anything also. That's crazy. So I had actually just washed my hair for the first time since I dyed it, and I honestly kind of lost a big clump of hair again, and I do just feel like it is so thin. I want to try some sort of like scalp oil, whether that be, you know, the rosemary oil that everybody talks about, or do like, I've seen like the Way, I think is how you say it, scalp serum. That one's really expensive though. I don't know if you guys know any scalp oils, or if you've tried any, let me know. I know that a product is not going to be a fix-all for my hair. Like, a lot of it has to do with just taking care of your hair in general, what you eat, like your hormones. Like, there's so much that goes into it. I think I might break down and get like a shower filter and see if that helps at all. I just think it's not going to be very easy to install in like our type of shower, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, I want my hair to stop falling out because I so badly want my hair to be long and healthy, but I really don't want it to look like stringy or anything like that, you know? So anyways, that is all I'm gonna cut off my length, because if I go too short, I will have a Menti B over it. I don't think I feel like touching my sides or my layers at all. I really want to let everything just grow, but I want to bust the myth for you guys right now, especially like as a hairstylist. Trimming your ends does not make your hair grow faster. What it does is it gets off the split ends. I'm not trying to mansplain this, but you know, your strand of hair basically, obviously, splits like this, and if you don't trim that off, it's just gonna keep splitting all the way up the hair strand. That's what makes your ends really like sparse and dry and just like dead looking. So you want to trim those off so that it doesn't keep breaking further up your hair, because then you're gonna have to cut even more off. So that's why getting your hair trimmed regularly is so important, but it doesn't necessarily make your hair grow faster. It just makes your hair grow out healthier. And that is what I'm trying to, you know, do, is have healthy hair. So that's why I have been trimming my ends pretty regularly like this. Isn't it crazy that just like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, just a little over 2 years ago, all of this right here was totally shaved. That was all my undercut. And also, I have recently trimmed these pieces, but these come down to here. That's so crazy. I've thinned them out a ton, and also, like I said, I did trim them because since I usually start in like the back of my head when I dye my hair, I feel like these hairs at like the nape of my neck have gotten processed the most, which isn't great. So they've been feeling a little crispy and a little hard to comb through, but even still with trimming, like that's gotten really long in comparison to the rest of my hair. Since I've been doing a lot of like more regular trims, it is starting to catch up. And I feel like the longer it gets, obviously, the more it just blends into all of my hair really well, so that's nice. One of these days, I've been saying this for the last like year now, that I'm gonna hit up one of my old coworkers and ask her to come and give me a proper haircut, just to make sure my layers are nice and blended, make sure the back is actually fully even, you know, all of that jazz. She's like the only person that I ever let cut my hair. Sometimes I'll let Chris get like the point off of the back just a little bit, but you know, I would like to get like a full actual haircut for once. That would be nice, but I can just never justify like spending the money on it because I'm like, I can just do it myself. But it does, I mean, as both a hairstylist and someone who cuts my own hair, dyes my own hair, it really is such a treat, and it does make a difference to have another or just a professional do your hair for you, at least every once in a while. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my blow dryer and just blow dry my bangs super quickly, just so that I can really see how they're gonna dry. I will say too, my ends feel so much better. Honestly, I would ideally give myself a full blowout right now because I feel like my hair lasts so much longer and just overall looks better for longer whenever I do a proper blowout, but it takes me so long to do that, and I also just feel so bad for my neighbors having to hear my blow dryer. Why is technology not expanded to make blow dryers quieter? I don't understand. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to hit my roots a little bit at very least, and then I'll probably let my hair air dry at least most of the way, and then maybe come back and hit it with like a round brush. Then I do hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the rumors are true that expensive hair products make such a huge difference in your hair, like truly. This Color Wow Dream Coat Supernatural spray is actually insane. My hair always feels so incredible whenever I use this. And then I'll also hit it with a little bit of the Olaplex Volumizing Blow Dry Mist. I mean, I only use these two products if I am doing a blowout. This Olaplex one doesn't smell, it doesn't smell bad, it's just not my favorite. You know what does smell really good though is the K18 hair oil. I swear by that stuff. I seriously think that stuff is like what has saved my hair with it being dyed red now. My friend did just give me the Olaplex bonding oil, and just because it's handy for me right now, this is what I'm gonna put on my ends. These two products that I just put in, the Olaplex and the Wow stuff, I don't know exactly which one it is, but they make my hair dry so much faster than if I don't have any product in it at all. So I love that. I'm not gonna like film myself doing a full blowout, but basically I'll section my hair off, and I just come in here with this giant round brush and bump my ends under like that while it's blow drying. I don't do anything crazy fancy with like the top of my head or anything like that. I literally just each side, take it in, do one of these, and then as I'm coming in like these side sections that frame my face a lot more, I just kind of, you know, pull them in a little bit more to help encourage them to like around my face. I could really use these side pieces to be shaped better. I just don't want to lose any density at all, and I don't want them to be too short, so hee. The bangs, I don't know, to be honest. Like, they're fine. They're at least in a better shape. They're not quite as blunt now. Those I sometimes use this little guy to bump the ends under, but I don't like when like the roots of my bangs bevel too much. I just personally don't like that look on me because I feel like it gives very like 80s bangs. I like to have just a tiny bit of volume, you know, everywhere else, but I like my bangs to lay a little bit flatter. So actually just combing them out the way I did, they look fine. So that is all for my hair. My hair has seen just a little bit of a glow up. Got my ends trimmed. The red is refreshed for probably the last time, so I'm feeling good. My hair does feel very soft right now, which I appreciate greatly. So that's all for the hair. I don't know how I'm gonna end up ending this video off TBH, but I'll just see ya at some point later.